Hello, fellow safety and health professional, and welcome to another podcast in a series of podcasts based on an article in Safety and Health magazine that's all about you. Now, in the article, I write, next week I'm giving a keynote to a mostly Spanish-speaking audience. Well, I've already given the talk. A great experience. There was an interpreter that was standing next to me, and she was wonderful. I couldn't believe how much she was able to just say right after I said, and to interpret to English, from English into Spanish. And everybody in the audience that was Spanish speaking had a headphone on. It was like I was talking at the UN. Now, I've done this a few times before, and though it is a change to my typical interaction with audiences, I almost always speak to English-speaking audiences. It was good. I liked it. It was fun. Very nice people. And challenges like this can be daunting, but they help me widen my horizons, keep me open-minded, and learn. And whenever I visit other countries and experience cultural differences, the ones some are quite different than what I'm used to, I find it a pleasure because I learn so much and discover many new ways to, learn things, interact. I think that when you expand your horizons, that you become a more enriched person too, besides learning stuff. When I spent 2 weeks in India giving safety leadership talks, I learned the life lesson that has stayed with me to this day, because it was about 15 years ago or so I went. I need to keep an open mind when it comes to ideas and ways to do things, and as a safety pro, I think all of us will benefit from that. There are many different cultural norms in India compared to what I'm used to. But rather than judging them and thinking, that's not the way you're supposed to do that, I remain curious and fascinated. This helps me avoid easily falling into the confirmation bias trap. This means once we believe something is the right way or cultural norm, we tend to dismiss opposing ideas and methods and only want to hear about what matches up with our beliefs. This bias can hinder our ability to be open to opposing ideas in all aspects of our life, which in turn may make us less effective as a safety pro and even less likable as a person. If you're at a meeting or in the field and someone thinks differently than you about how to do something, and you balk at it, what's better is to embrace their suggestion. That doesn't mean you have to agree with it right away, but at least give it objective consideration. If an employee has a different technique that he wants to do that works as well as mine, I welcome the opportunity to make the change and use it. It boosts that person's morale and improves my relationships with them. So what if it's not my idea? So what? What matters is that it works, and in this case, it gives somebody else a chance to feel like they're participating in what's going on. For example, if I suggest to set up a hazard barrier in a certain way, I'll ask the group that I'm working with, does anybody think there's a better way to do this? And I'm thrilled when I get a suggestion, especially if it is better. Having visited and worked with a wide variety of industries, it's amazing how safety culture is different, not just in the general mood of the employees and how they interact, but in how they approach safety challenges. That's why I recommend you reach out to other safety professionals, not just in your industry, but in other ones that are quite different. All right, do you work in construction? Then get in touch with people that work in the medical field or in sales even. Something that's different than what you do. So you'll come up with all kinds of ideas. I know I have. And when I really get a chance to do that is when I'm attending Congress. I like doing that, like the one we just had. But I didn't get a chance to go this year because of work. But I love going there, and I particularly like to go to the vendors that are from other countries. And I ask them about, what they do there, how do they do this and that, and I like the new tools or stuff. Now, this goes for your personal life too, by the way. I love learning other people's hobbies and even music. Even if it's not my favorite kind of music, I still like to learn about that and know about it, keep an open mind. I'll still be interested in what the other person enjoys rather than saying, well, that's not what I like. Now, history has taught us that what we believe to be correct now may not be true tomorrow. Think about the belief among the most respected doctors at one time that bleeding benefited an ill patient. It was not a good idea. The same applies to safety and health. That's why it's wise to question our long-standing policies and procedures And in our personal life too, having an open mind on how we behave and our biases to make sure that we don't let them, restrict us is worth the time to consider.